What's going on, guys? No Guides here. Welcome back to another video. Now in today's video we're going to talk about how to use your CDMS, but when to be aggressive and where not to be. I know I got a very good team, but the team's not important. I got the eye track as well, so you can see what I'm looking at. I'm going to walk you through when I'm aggressive, when I'm not. I'll be honest, this is actually really hard to actually go over. You can't really teach these things, because you just learn it with experience. So as you play the game more and more, your decision making will increase. You'll know, for example, when is it worth pushing towards someone and when is it not. I would normally look, for example, at this screen. I'll look at the strikers like Butrigueño and I'll look at Ben Yedder. So I would automatically think, okay, he's got two players, Butrigueño and he's got Ben Yedder. And the way I think about it in my head is he's going to have two strikers. He plays a 4-4-2, he's got two strikers. So I have to worry about those two strikers. So that is really, really important. I know both got 5-star weak foot, so when I'm defending, I have to bear that in mind. I'm going to use a staple 4-2-3-1, nothing too extravagant. And all I want to do now is I want to hold the, not hold the ball, but what I'm going to do is play completely normally. But I'm mainly going to focus on my defenders. So this episode I won't be talking about, I'll be talking about briefly what I'm doing. But I'll also be bearing in mind where my defenders are. For example, like here, my CDM. Now I can see Blanc there now. You see the danger, I will change to my cam because I don't need to push anymore. You see, I'm kind of pressing a little bit with my cams. I'm not using my CDMs, I'm bringing my strikers back, only pressing if I really need to. When it comes to an event where I need to actually use my CDMs, I'll then switch to them. But you see, I'm not using them unless I really have to. Now I'm just cutting that passing lane over there. And what I'm trying to, when I'm just trying to press him manually, I'm also trying to cut the passing lane. So I'm doing a bit of both. I'm trying to press him, but I don't want to overpress him. I'm using my lamp to press on the left hand side. And here I might want to use my CDM. So I'm going to switch to my CDM. And you see, I'm just going to man mark the area. I'm not going to be too aggressive because there's no need to be aggressive. I'm going to switch to my cam now. See what I did, the reason I switched to the cam is I wanted to keep my CDM in position. You see, like now I'm going to run back into Ben Yedder because Ben Yedder is a danger man. You see that? In case you didn't know what was going on through my head, you might have to watch that back. But what I did is I decided at that point to run into Ben Yedder. The reason why I did that is because he was the sole striker. Now, if someone, typically the most easiest way of scoring, which I've probably shown you guys already, is to get the ball, pass the ball to your striker and let him do a fake shot or find an area. For example, like here, do a simple pass to Mane or a towel, do a simple fake shot. That is the best way of getting past. I'm pretty sure you guys know that already. So what he could have done is, for example, my opponent's defending now. Should he be aggressive? Probably not, because now he's leaving a space towards Ben Yedder. See, look, see how he's man marking my strikers with Semedo? See, that's what you want to do. He's actually doing it quite well now. So you see, this is the key things. You don't want to let these strikers be free. You see how he was marking my strikers? That's essentially what you want to do. The question you may ask is, how do you attack that? The key is just to pass around, because your player will have to eventually switch. So this individual I think is actually a decent player. So I think it will actually be a good match. So for example, like here, I'm going to run down the wing. So like now you can see he's going back. So like this is a player that I would judge to be a good player. All I have to do now is just keep my composure. Don't be too aggressive. Okay, now I'm going to throw the ball down the middle. Now I see Ben Yedder on overlap. I mean, sorry, that was actually not Ben Yedder. That was actually Lucas. My position. Again now, not being too aggressive. Winding down the lane. So I want to follow him now, down the wing. Nice ball roll. So now again, now I'm using my, now here, that's my centre back. Now he's my only centre back. The only reason why I was aggressive with him is because I had to be. In that situation, I was kind of in the no-go zone. I could have brought my CDM in play there, but I was confident. As you can see, look, he's marking the person down the wing, which is then creating more space in the middle. That's a perfect example using an L1 trigger and not passing down the wing. You see how much space was created? So again, we get the ball in early. I thought that was a bad delay. What we tried doing there, we tried to slide initially and then pass the ball, but it didn't work. Okay, now we're going to do a quick 1-2, go back. Now also, I'm running my CDM forward. Now I need to remember, if I lose the ball now with my CDM, like so, I'm going to be one CDM behind. So now I'm just going to run back. You see, I'm going to wait for Blanc to reinforce. So if you ever run out with your CDM, just make sure you fill that void. Don't be overly aggressive. One thing I see people do is, if there is a moment to be aggressive, like I'll be honest, I'll be super conservative. So if in that situation, like I was running out with Blanc, like so, if I lose the ball, happen to lose the ball with Blanc, I wouldn't be too aggressive. Even if there was, unless there was an absolute guaranteed chance to win the ball, I wouldn't press with Kante, because then he's your only CDM. The only time I may honestly press, as I said, if I win the ball or the ball is completely open, if there's even a 90% chance, I wouldn't take the risk, because if I don't win the ball, I could be in serious trouble. Now I'm trying to defend. As you can see, it's a pretty tough. So like again, there's nowhere really to go. L1 triggers down the wing is kind of the main things to beat past. Even though he's man marking it, you see how easy it is to get past eventually. Someone could mark it very well, but the human mind can only mark it so long. So again, an L1 trigger to Kante. Don't really want to pass the ball to Kante. That was actually to Mane, and that was more of a distraction. That was a distraction one. That was going back to the L1 triggers. In my original video, if you remember correctly, I think it was episode number 11 when I went over L1 triggers. We can use it with the midfielders. I don't use it that much, but again, I want to talk about that L1 trigger. Now that goal that I scored was all because I triggered Kante to make a run going forward. Now yes, I created an attacking threat, but there was also a very big risk that if Kante went forward and I lost the ball, that I would be behind. So the most important thing is you need to remember at those situations, if you bring a player forward, you need to remember, you need to recover for that player. So that's why it's important with your CDMs to always be aware of your surroundings. That's why, again, the co-op camera angle, so you can see everything. I'm going to do a fake shot outside the box, so no one reads. So we're going to use our CDMs now. Now this is a good thing as well. When you have your CDMs, this is a good thing to pass around. You know, I'm waiting for his marker to change. As you can see, he's being aggressive. You know, he's playing a 4-4-2. He's got 2 strikers. So I'm just going to play in between them. I don't need to rush towards him. I am now winning. This is one thing that you can do. So it's all about mental state. It's like the same way how people hold the ball. Some people, they hold the ball the entire game just to deliberately to irritate you or just to annoy you. That was a good pass from him, by the way. That was good by Semedo. Yeah, people who just hold the ball to really irritate you and antagonize you. That's the same thing that's going on here, except for you're doing it when you're attacking. You see, the key is if you hold the ball in your opponent's final third, at least if you lose the ball, you have time to recover as opposed to doing it in your own half. Again, now I can see look, now I got Butrigueño, I got his 2 strikers in behind my CDM. So now, you see, if I lose the ball here, there is a big chance if I lose the ball, for example, so like here, I think he's changed formation now, maybe potentially. But if I lose the ball here, he's got 2 strikers in behind my CDM, as you can see. So you have to be very careful about what you do with your CDMs there. Because if I do something overly aggressive, that's a good tackle in the end. If I do something, I see Neymar, fake shot around. You see how easy it is? You see, he made a mistake and he committed. That should have been a goal in all honesty. But you see how important it is to understand the surroundings. It's really important to understand what is going on, what's the surroundings like, etc. etc. I'm going to do a drag back power shot. Okay, and that should be the second half. As you can see there with my CDM, I was being aggressive. I did that deliberately just to show you don't want to be overly aggressive. As I said, you don't want to be overly aggressive. Only be aggressive on the counter attack when you lose the ball. So only be aggressive, sorry, should I say, win the counter attack when it's a guaranteed chance to win the ball, because you don't want to take a risk. It's not worth taking a risk and conceding a goal. That is the worst thing. Whenever you're defending, the first thing you should think is, okay, how can I not concede a goal? What can I do to defend? Especially against this player. He's a good player. He's doing, although he's got 0 shots on target, I'm not letting that sway me. I know he's a good player. You only need 1 shot in the game. I could have 10 shots. For example, I should have scored with Neymar there. I did not. But yeah, that is one thing to bear in mind. Now going to wait for the half. So he's making a change. Don't know why he's taking so long, actually. I should have honestly looked at player rating and seen what he was doing, but I didn't expect him to take a long time. So it looks like he's changed to a diamond. I'm just looking roughly now. This is a common experience as well. So it looks like he changed to a 4-2-3-1. He wants the cam. That way, I think he knew I was exploiting the gaps in between his 2 strikers and centre mids. So I think he was aware of that. So he's now changed to a 4-2-3-1. I think he's put Butrigueño as a centre cam. That was actually a risky play. Never do a through ball like that. That was actually risky. I don't know why I actually did that. Okay, now we'll do 0-1 trigger there. We'll go back. Again, now with CDMs. Now, see, he's only got 1 striker in behind now, as opposed before he's using a 4-4-2. So now I can afford to be a bit more riskier with my CDMs. You know, I got basically 1 CDM for 1 of his strikers, so I can take a risk. Pass down the middle. And that was a guaranteed pass, by the way. Again, we're winning, so we don't need to do anything aggressive. We see our CDM there, so that we can advance sometimes with 1 this. We can do a trigger with 1 of the CDMs. You can take that risk because you only got 1 striker. You see, so at least you got at least 1 extra player. The most important thing is you never want to have less than 1 CDM. That's the best rule of thumb. I know different formations, they differ very wisely. As you can see now, I've got no CDM. So being aggressive with Blanc here is risky. So I'm just going to run back now. So if you're ever in doubt, just run back. Don't be overly aggressive. So again, we're going to use our change to our Lamb now. Change to our CDM. Now we're going to man mark Buchugeno because he's a danger man. I'm looking at the middle, looking at Buchugeno. He's got a 5-star week 4. I got to make a decision. So he actually played it very well. I actually moved my goalkeeper as well. So what I did is that is a goal that you'll probably concede a lot. There's nothing you could really do about that, I'll be honest. That is what I'll consider a very good goal. If someone plays you, outplays you, then this is the issue with defending with someone who's got. This is why I advocate using a 5-star weak foot, because at that moment, that goalkeeper movement, I wouldn't recommend doing it whatsoever. I'll be honest, it's because of muscle memory. I'm used to it. So now I'm getting pressed. I'm gonna just hug the sidelines on. Hug the sidelines is good for creating space. Increases the width of your team as well. If you're ever in doubt as well, just go back to the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper is surprisingly good with his feet. But just do be careful where you clear the ball out. But yeah, just do be careful on that. I'm just do a quick 1-2 down the wing. Nice, got the ball back. So now he's going to change his formation again, as you can see. So now he has to go more attacking. So you see, as you can see, change to a 4-2-3-1. Do you see how the game dynamic just changed? You see, he almost had one shot and it could have been very much a goal. And this problem with someone who's got a 5-star weak foot. These players, they can go either way. They can go either to the left or to the right. And that's what makes it extremely hard to defend against someone like Buchugeno. Because Buchugeno and Ben Yedder, when they're in the box, what do you do? If that makes sense. So it's kind of risky, if that makes sense. Gonna wait now, see what changes he makes. That is one thing you can do. You go to player ratings again and you go back into his team. I can see now what subs he's made. So he took off Mane and Dembele and Buchugeno. He's bought Kent, he's bought Werner. He's bought very attacking players on. So I want to quickly, very quickly if I can, change all my 3 cams to come back on offense. So the reason I'm doing this is for the sole reason that I saw he bought Kent on. He bought some super subs and he also bought Son on. Now that could very much be team of the group stage Son. So I don't want to lose the ball. So I'd be very conservative. I don't want to be risky. So again, now I'm going to clear the ball. 1-2. Do a through ball. Luckily, I got away with it. Now again, see now I'm winning. So the key thing is now against a good player, I cannot let him get a counter attack now. So the most important thing is now when I'm defending, let him team press. But the most important thing is I cannot let him get the ball. Because if he gets the ball now, even though I got fast players, he can still outpace me. So the most important thing is when I have the ball, I want to keep it in my opponent's half. Keep it in the corners. Don't go nearby. And you see now what I'm doing here is I'm also looking for an attacking opportunity. That's my fullback, you see. Now my fullback is now out of position. So you have to be aware. You have to weigh the risks in your head. Like he's gonna man mark that fullback now, fine. So you have to weigh up the options, what do? Do you take a risk and do you pass the ball to someone who's in a good position to score, but then you take the risk of you losing the ball? So I typically like to just hold the ball. I see what wants to make a change again, so he's not really 100% sure his changes. Again, good defending from him. I'm going to bait him now by doing a drag back. I'm going to bait him. And I'm going to pass the ball to a towel. That doesn't work. So I'm going to do a pass now. So again, he's winning. So I'm going to hold the ball. Hold the ball. Made a tackle there. In case you're wondering, I said my tackle button is X. So if you see me press X, that's the reason why. But it should be circle for you. Just about the same. Again, I'm going to do a 1-2. Now I see his man marking that. That's fine. Now you see now I've got Renato Sanchez up front. So you have to be risky again. See, I'm not saying you should play like this, but I'm just saying these are the observations you should make. Now, I can see that's my RAM. This is why it's really, really good to use hug the sidelines, because you can quick do those 1-2s. Now, to be honest, you can obviously analyze, for example, as I said, the team. You can make a substitute. And now I see now he's gone for a 3-4-1-2. So what I'm going to do now to compensate for that is I'm going to stick Mane in a cam. The reason why Mane's got better stamina, so I'm also going to put comeback on defense on every single player, including my striker. And I'm also going to get rid of long ball. And the reason why I want to get rid of long ball is just because I just want to get rid of the fact that I don't want my players running forward all the time. It is a very good thing, but I want sometimes my players to be a bit balanced. So again, we're going to play conservative. We're going to lock the game out. We're going to attempt to score a goal now. We're not going to, but I said we don't want to give the ball away, because remember on the counter attack, he's brought brand new subs on. He's going to be deadly. So we're going to hold the ball. We can see Neymar. See, he's coming towards us. The more he comes towards us, the more space he's going to leave in behind. So you have to make the balance, right? You don't want to be too aggressive. So you don't want to go forward unless you really, really have to. Again, as soon as I get the ball, I'm less stick dribbling. You see, I'm guaranteeing the pass. I'm making sure I'm facing the player to guarantee it. You see that? Going to do there. The quick 1-2 again. Okay, that was bad. So now I want to recover. So now I got no right back, right? So this is why I like to use a tactical foul. It's like there I got no right back. I got my decision now. Do I mark Son or do I mark Lucas? I want to take a risk here, and I went down the wing. That should have been a through. That was really, really bad. Take another risk again. That actual slide tackle was actually meant to go towards a player. That's an animation glitch. Sometimes your player's body uses the wrong animation. Again, L1. I mean, I'm not going to pass it. I'm not going to pass him. I'm just going to let him run offside. Let him run onside again. I'm just going to turn the ball around. You see, I'm just going to see him turning away. Yeah, that was very, very unlucky. That was to do with the game. The game sometimes, for God knows what reason, does these very risky and weird animations. It's got nothing to do with a set piece. Again, so he's team pressed me now, so I've got to be conservative now. That's a towel. Now I know that Kent is making a run behind, so I'm following Kent. Now my CDMs, now see I keep following Kent. I'm leaving him. I have to mark that run now. I left space in the middle. Now I've got to make a decision. What do I do now? Here I'm going to be a bit aggressive, but you see Son is the main guy, so I'm backing up into him. See, I'm backing up into him, and you see I'm giving him more space. But you see, let me clear this ball out before I do something crazy. But you see, the most important thing is I had to make a decision in my head there. I think, okay, yes, okay, Ben Yedder was running down the wing. I didn't see it until very last minute, but I had to take a risk there. The imminent danger was the striker, and I wanted to clear the striker. With a winger, I had time to recover. Now the only downside with this individual is that he actually knows what he's doing. But he's got his left mid and right mid on comeback in defense, so we could be able to exploit that. Going to do an L1 trigger down the wing, so we've won now. We're going to hold the ball now. We're going to wait now for the final couple of seconds, and then now we can go forward. Well, I wouldn't say risk going forward here. I'll just be honest. You can just go in. If you ever lose the ball there, you could do a foul, and that is just a perfect example of how to play, how to close that game, how to use the team. As I said, I'm walking through how I use my CDMs, what I'm doing, am I running out with them, am I playing defensive. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.